live from Huntertown, Indiana. It's Soarin Hawk on the air. Boy, it's a nice fall day out here today. It's
beautiful day today.
Beautiful. I think it's about like 68 degrees, and the birds are really happy,
Yep.
and they have their eyes on the sky, and there's birds passing over and heading south, I think. What happened there?
I'm also sharing it to our volunteer group so they can watch it live.
Yeah, we'll share it too. So anyways, let's have a little bit of fun today and talk about a topic which might be current. You know? Don't mind my voice, okay?
It seems that I can see the gleaming candlelight still burning bright through the sycamores for me. The new moon haze sends all its fragrance.
Have we had enough? We're all Hoosiers, can't help it.
Well, not all of us. Huh.
Indiana home.
Wow.
Yeah, that's when my voice was better.
Oh, okay.
Me and my buddy Jim.
I'm ashamed to say I have never heard that song before.
You haven't?
No, I don't live in Indiana.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh well. We'll let you.
You let me sit here anyway. Wow,
So some of the birds are coming home, and just like Jim neighbors passing through. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna have the guys that stay at home are cardinals, the state bird of Indiana. Oh, also Ohio
too.
Yeah. So 10 states have a cardinal as a state.
Do they really?
Oh
wow.
yeah, it's kind of like it's very popular.
Yes.
Some of these other states ought to go get something else, but but they only know red birds and yellow birds and brown birds. So but there's going to be other guys like blue jays and there's goldfinches. There's woodpeckers and there's house sparrows and chickadees. So there's a lot of guys, if you will. They're permanent residents. So they're going to be here all year round. They might be a little more active at your feeders in the wintertime, but they're home. But now we're eyes on the skies. We're starting to see flocks of birds heading south, like all these blackbirds. They're heading south, so they're just passing through, stopping at an occasional field which has just been harvested, so they can get the grain and stuff that has fallen. And so, what happened? It's not working. Uh-oh.
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 Oh.
Uh-oh. Well, isn't that nasty?
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. No, that's not loose. That's not Louie's phone going off. So we have the waterfowl are starting to pass through. We got a lot of goose activity. I'm not seeing too many ducks. I'm seeing some mallards and some wood ducks and stuff like that getting active. So those guys are coming through, and they'll be staying for a little while. Oh. Okay, we already heard from you guys. And there's going to be some movement. Some of our owls are going to be starting to move around. They're dispersing now that the babies are really grown up, and so it's time for them to leave the area because there's going to be competition. And there's bald eagles. In fact, I think we just sighted one today passing overhead.
Yes.
That's not a bald eagle, I can tell. So there's bald eagles there. So we had one passing overhead. Don't know whether he's already heading down to Salamone or Mississinawa to the dams to spend the winter. But the guys that just came back, sharp-shinned hawks, just showed up in our yard.
Did they?
Oh yeah, they every year about this time they stomp in at our yard for about a week or two, and they clean up some of the small birds. But they love to harass the blue jays. So now we have tag team matches of blue jays and sharp-shinned hawks, and so the Sharpies chase the jays for a while, then the jays chase back, and so it's back and forth. Occasionally a crow gets stuck in there somewhere, But so there's going to be fun at our house for about 2 weeks. So you might just keep your eyes open just to see if you see some little miniature Cooper's hawks flying around. Remember, look for that tail, square tail, okay, not rounded tail. That's a good way to tell them apart. But other than that, they look almost identical, except that they're a smaller version of the coops. Also, this guy's going to be coming through. It's probably a little bit early now, but I usually see these about mid-October, November. These are Maryland's, cousins of the kestrels. They're about the same size, just a little bit bigger. But whenever I see them, they're just going fast. They're just never a slow bird, you know. But I did have one take up residence in my backyard for about 3 days one time. And you could watch him from our back window. He sat out there in that big cottonwood. And so they're going to be passing through. So, but typically they don't stick around here. They just head on further south. And of course, all the goldfinches are changing color. You know, I have a lot of goldfinch activity now at the thistle feeders. There's a lot of babies to be fed. So they're taking care of that. I think they've taken all the seeds off my cone flowers. But these are the guys that we're looking for. These are the guys that we want to see come back. And let's see if we can get this thing to play. This thing has not been cooperative for me. Come on. I like these guys. Old Sam Peabody. Come on. I hear something. Huh. Oh, that's ridiculous. There we go. So this is Old Sam Peabody.
Does that scare you? Huh? Does that scare you?
So anyways, look for these guys. These are going to be winter visitors. They're going to stay over, and so they'll be down there on the ground feeding around your bird feeders. Some of them will get up there. I have a couple over the years that just they like the little feeder in the back window, and so they sit right there and begging. Okay, real beggars. So come down from Canada, get across the border somehow, and then they come down and visit us. So Old Sam Peabody. And then there's the white crown or the referee sparrows. Okay, they're a little bit bigger than the white throats. The white throats. And let's see if we can play that one. It did not play. Well, we're going to go back. Oop. Well, that's even worse. The technical difficulties here. Got too clever with the fingers. Okay, we'll go back to that one. And we'll go back here. Okay, so I know it's there somewhere. Boy, it doesn't do a very good job of getting the sound. So anyways, so they have a little sharp, sparrowy-like sound. And I always think it's like, So I always think it's like Scotland's burning, okay? Or rain is falling. Rain is falling. Rain is falling. So you'll hear them out there, and again, they'll be up underneath. They like to get in there into the leaves and stuff, and they'll go and scratch under the leaves and knock those around. So a lot of these guys are going to be starting to come down from Canada are ground feeders. So look forward to these. They'll be starting to arrive here about starting in mid-October. Some of the early ones that want to establish some territory, or the ones that know where to go to get food. And of course, a lot of the migration that comes down from Canada is going to be established or generated by the amount of food that's available up there. If it's really been dry up there, they in some places they've had some drought conditions, so there may not be as much food available, and so some of these guys might start coming down earlier. The other thing is that sometimes on some of the trees, the nut population is not as high as it should be, so some of the seeds and things that would come off trees are not available, and that's when we start getting some incursions of birds coming. So get yourself prepared, okay? It's not that far away. Get your feeders cleaned up, get them all shiny and cleaned out and sanitized, so you're ready for these guys when they come back. Because when winter comes, of according to the old Farmer's Almanac, it is going to be a rough one this year,
Really?
kiddies. Well, if you believe in that, so And then there's fox sparrows, and these are kind of larger sparrows. They're, probably the largest of the sparrows that you're going to see around, except for towhees, of course. And so again, ground feeders, going to be under the bushes, kicking up the leaves and getting the seeds and things. And I would tell you what their song sounds like, but it just sounds like a sparrow. I'm sorry, it's just, And my little favorites are the little tree sparrows.
Yeah.
Okay, they're going to be pushing out the chippies. In fact, I haven't heard the chippies over here for about a week now.
Yeah,
So I think
yeah.
the chipping sparrows have left, and so they've already started heading
Yeah.
south. So these guys, you can tell the difference between chipping sparrows and then, because the chipping sparrow has a white eye line, okay, up here, okay, and no stick pin. The tree sparrows, it's gray, and then they have this little stick pin right there in the middle of their chest, so you can see them. But plus also, they have a black upper mandible and a yellow under mandible, so that's another way that you can tell them. And so they'll be coming here shortly. Again, very friendly little birds. A lot of these guys that come in from Canada are really quite tolerant of people, because I don't think they see as many people up in Canada, and so they're really, So the birds are coming on, okay? So you're going to be seeing some of these guys, and next week we're going to talk about some of the migration that goes on, and but it was just too large a topic for today. And so, in conclusion, let's see, we're missing. In conclusion, what? Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so anyways, so they'll come back. So where's Lynn? Okay. We'll have to go get Lynn, because we're going to discuss what's happening around here. We're keeping really busy. We're doing a lot of programs coming up, and so we're going to be doing a lot of owl programs. It's coming toward Halloween, so it's either if we could figure it out, we would probably get some vultures out for Halloween, because they would really be nice and spooky. But in fact, that might be a real surprise at a couple places. So we've lost our Lynn. Where did Lynn go? She's probably out there with the vultures.
She is.
She's out there with the
She's
vultures.
cleaning their cage.
Oh, okay. She's just too shy. That's the problem.
Yeah. Nicole does really well with the vultures. You get her to take one.
Yeah, I think we'll bring some vultures out. Start bringing the vultures out, because it's time they start earning their just remains or whatever. She doesn't want to show up, huh?
Oh, she's running.
She's running. Oh my
You
goodness.
got me cleaning pins.
I know. Well, hi. So anyway, so Lynn's here,
Hi.
and
Hi, Lynn. There, now we see Bob
oh, you
too.
took it down.
Sorry.
I'm going to redo that.
Okay.
I thought it was pretty good. Let's see. What do we want here? We want the previous. Where does it say previous? Previous. Last viewed. Okay.
Here, Lynn, you can sit here.
Here we go.
Wow.
Ready?
Ready. Yay!
So now you can show her.
Okay,
Smiling
have a seat.
face.
That's okay. We don't need to see me.
So we raised $3,800 so far. That's what we've collected.
Wow.
So, but we have a few people out there. We have to get their money in, or else Lynn's going to sell your item twice.
Yep, going once, going twice.
Yes. 3 times. Yeah.
Really, we really want to thank you all for all your support, and we're so happy with the way this turned out. And thanks to the Soarin Auction Committee, who were instrumental in helping, and this is just wonderful. We thank you so much. So come on out here and get your stuff.
And if you're really smart, you get a free tour.
If you're really smart, I think we've got one going on Saturday. In fact, I promised one on Saturday.
Oh,
There
nice,
you go.
nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, we appreciate you guys a whole lot.
and I also want to say personally, thank you, Lynn, for everything that you did for this auction. you definitely had a vision in mind and carried it through. And I keep on saying, "What are we doing? What are we doing?"
Well, I was thinking that.
And but no, I think it turned out great, and I'm happy with what I won. I think everybody's pretty happy.
Yeah, we had
Oh.
some good stuff.
Yeah, I had fun with our Facebook Lives, the Lynn and Gigi show. So, and then last week with Bob too, so that was fun.
We're going on the road.
Yeah, going on the road.
You'll see more of us on the road.
Yeah, yep. So,
Okay,
Yep.
well, thank you, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
come out and get your stuff, and because it's cluttering up the office here, and so. And,
I'm not going to show everybody the office, so.
Yeah, so it's time to come pick up your stuff and help us clean up, and but thank you for the money. So this is going to take. Well, that's last time I spent that much money just getting our last batch of mice, chicks, and rats.
Wow.
So it's going to hold us for about 2.5, 3 months.
Wow, that's great.
it's gonna really
That's
help us
great.
out.
That's excellent.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lynn.
So let's see what else we got going here. We got more stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So we got some upcoming events. Let's see what we got coming up here. Well, of course, it's Halloween coming up, so we got a lot of Saturdays. So we're going to be, let's see, Gene Stratton Porter for Halloween. We've been there every year, and we'll be up there with our owls and also a bowl of candy if we can keep Pam out of it. And so we'll be there on the 16th at 5 o'clock. So they're starting a little early, and we'll be there till about 7. So the kids, bring out the kids, meet the owls, ask a lot of questions, get interested, okay? And then let's see, we're going to be down at the Ambrosia Orchard there in Hoagland on Saturday the 23rd at 3 o'clock. They're having an open house, so there's going to be some, as I understand, some music. I don't know, picking and grinning. I don't know what kind of music it's going to be,
Oh.
but we'll see what's going to happen. Let's see, on the 29th, right here in Huntertown at the Huntertown Family Park,
Oh.
they're having Halloween in the park, and we're going to be part of that.
That was fun last year.
That was a lot of fun,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah, it got
yeah.
a little cool though, didn't it?
It was nice.
It was
though.
nice, though.
It was it was fun. And we had candy.
And you had candy. In fact, we ran out, didn't we? You had to send out for more, I
I
think.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, that was a lot of fun. So it's going to be both Friday night and Saturday night, okay? So bring the kids out, bring out any of the family, okay? So it's going to be a little bit of fun for the family. And so that's going to be out there. And then, let's see, we're going to be up at Pokagon State Park with the Owls again. And that's going to be on the 30th. That's going to be Saturday. So up at Pokagon at 3 o'clock, and then at Halloween in the park at 5:30. So you get to see our owls. And I think we were just discussing that we're going to get the vultures to show up too.
Yeah, that's what yep, that's
So-
the plan.
Yeah, the vultures finally have to start paying their way. Okay, or earning their way, I should say. So anyways, and then we got some other things going around. We got the Saratoga Park Neighborhood Block Party. So if you live out that way, make sure that you get hold of the folks. Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We're going to be doing a program with them over at Isaac Walton coming up. Girl Scouts. We're going to be at the Girl Scout camp with our birds and teaching them the girls about nature and biology and that kind of thing. LNC Nature Park, we're going to have homeschoolers out there, and so if you're part of the homeschool organization, check that out. You might have a good day out there. The Williams Woodland Neighborhood, again, a Halloween themed thing with right down just in the south part of town there. Let's see, Elkhart Community Schools, that's way up there, but we're going to try and make that happen. Antwerp, we're going to be over there for Prairie Days.
Yay!
So we're going to be out there, and remind me to
Yay.
tell you the details.
Okay.
Okay, I've got some details.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, by the way.
Yeah.
It's always that kind of thing.
Alright.
And then the Canterbury Lower School, we're going to be there doing a couple sessions with the younger kids, and so we'll be out there to do that. So we have a lot of stuff going on, and there's a few more things that we're working on right now coming in. So we're going to have, I think, a busy fall, as basically
good.
the schools get organized and
Yeah.
teachers get back to it, And so, but we've had some requests from some places that are just unfortunately are just too far away.
Oh, that's
You
too
know,
bad.
Yeah, because our birds don't mind it for the first hour, but after that, they don't like going too far. So it's it isn't that they don't mind the groups and meeting new people. It's just that it's a long ride. And yesterday we got Jeff out after an hour and a half ride, and first thing he did was he pooped on the people's driveway. Yeah.
Well, he won't poop in his box.
Yeah, he won't poop in his
No,
box.
he
which
doesn't
is
ever poops in his box.
That's good. So yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, well, actually, they missed the driveway, and actually, it ended up in the flower garden.
Oh.
But it was a 10-foot shot. I'll tell you, it was. So
He's got talent.
he's got talent. Yeah. So yeah. So well, Jeannie's very astute. She just realized that all of a sudden I saw this tail passing me, and I thought, oh, what?
Oh,
Yeah. So anyways, lots of things coming up. Keep an eye out. Go to our website. And you can also see the same schedule there on the website or on our volunteer page. So be aware. We have you meet the birds, you meet us. And you can find out what makes it all tick. So let's see, what else have we got going on? We have we need fish. Okay.
Yeah.
So Jeff and Aaron Poe, and also we do have another bald eagle here, a young one that we're taking care of, and so they all need fish.
Yep.
So and I looked out there, and the live fish tank is empty.
right. We have no live fish.
We don't have any live fish, and our fussy creatures of the air really like the live fish.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got some fish in your pocket, bring them on down. Okay. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Don't forget the tours here, the Raptor Adventure Tours. Give us a jingle. We're here every day, 7 days a week. Sometimes it feels like 8. There are some days it's really busier
Don't
than
remind
others.
me.
Yeah, so it's so we don't get any days off. The birds don't take days off. So we're always here. Best time to visit us is around 1 o'clock. That's when a lot of the troops are here. The birds are here. And you get to meet the birds and the troops and find out what we're all about. And you get to, and you have a chance to volunteer. Okay. And
Yep.
then, and we have programs available for schools, home schools, community groups, scouts, churches, retirement homes. We also do birthdays. We did a birthday yesterday, weddings, Eagle Ward, block parties, baby showers, So, so we can, we cover a lot of different types of activities. And we're also, if we can't do it in person, we can also do by Zoom. Mm-hmm. We do Zoom programs too. So so we're really flexible. Okay, well, not as flexible as I used to be, getting too old. But anyways, that's yeah. And don't forget Amazon Smile. Okay,
Smile.
we just got $181 for.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that wasn't bad. And so some people are getting ready for Christmas and that kind of thing. So you gonna go get Jeff?
Yeah, he needs a break outside.
Okay, and don't forget Kroger Rewards. Make Soarin Hawk your designated charity, and you can, that helps us get more money. And it doesn't cost you anything. So they have a designated amount of money that they collect, and then out of that we get a percentage. So we, so we're making about $400 a quarter on that. So that's not too bad. So that really helps out. That's about 2 boxes of mice, and so that lasts us a little bit. And so I think you want to meet some of the critters. Hi, critter. Okay, we're going to talk to Jillian and Hawkeye. Let's see here. There's Julian, and there's Hawkeye. Hi, Hawkeye. Oh, hi, Hawkeye. Yeah. Oh boy.
He's a talker. She's a talker.
She's a talker, yeah. Also very kinetic, very active.
Yes,
When you
yes.
come out to see her, she's a swinger.
Yeah.
She has this little swing in her cage, and she just loves that thing. And she just knows how to get the maximum usage of the thing. So it goes back and forth, and she just enjoys swinging. So she's been with us how long?
Oh my, 9, 10 years.
9 or 10 years. Okay, I was going to say she's been around a while.
Right. She
Yeah.
came in as a baby,
Ah,
fell out of a nest,
yeah.
or the nest fell
Yeah.
over, and we thought we could release her.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. She got blown out of the nest,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, well, we got this phone call. This bald eagle was laying on the ground, and we got out there. We found this white fluffy thing, about the size of a softball, and so we got her. I named her Billy, and but they decided that Hawkeye was better. But unfortunately, she has one bad eye, and because she has one bad eye, she can't be released, so she can't hunt. But she does quite well in her cage. I'm quite amazed at how she
Yeah,
lands
she
on her
really enjoys
perches,
it, yeah.
especially the swing,
Yeah.
And she'll quite often will hit the swing there when it's swinging. So you're a good girl, aren't you, huh?
And she'll migrate.
Yeah,
south, right?
yeah. In fact, right now the broad-winged hawks are migrating south, and in fact, we released one today down at Fox Island. So it's heading south with the rest of the guys. So so sometimes you hear that little squeaky sound she's making. Sometimes you'll hear that sound coming from up above you, way up above you, and you'll see hundreds of these guys all heading south. So right now there's a little bit of a north wind pushing down, and so these guys are going to be heading toward Mexico. So they go all the way down through the southern states, go right across the Gulf of Mexico, and from Texas right on into Veracruz, and and they spend their winters down there, and then they reverse the process. You get that southern wind that pushes them up into springtime, and they depend on thermals, and they become very smart over the years. They've learned that there's a lot of hot air coming up off the interstates, the highways, and so they go right over top of the highways. They catch those thermals coming up off the highways, and then they just follow the highways down. So so you take the I-69 down to I-40, go over to 65, go down to over to 55, and then across Texas.
Smart.
Yeah, they're smart. Yeah, so they figured this thing out. So they're not the only ones that do that. The sandhill cranes follow it, and sometimes some of the ducks and geese follow the interstates. In fact, one of my favorite things is you drive down along the interstate and you check all the ponds, and you see all these ducks and stuff out there on the ponds right next to the interstate. So it's kind of a neat thing. So, and also let's see, who else is here today? Oh, we got well, hi Jeff. Okay, don't get so excited. Hi Jeff, how you doing? Long time no see. Haven't seen you since yesterday.
Yeah. He just came in from outside. He was sitting on the perch, and somebody started mowing their lawn, and he doesn't like when people mow here.
Okay. Yeah, you don't like that mowing sound, do you?
Yeah, so I brought him in so
Yeah.
he could be on our Facebook Live.
Yeah. So you're such a good bird. Yeah. He did real well yesterday. Met some new friends. Made new friends out there in Peru. So that was kind of nice. And in fact, we weren't too far from the area where he was heading. We got him there in Wabash, which isn't too far away, and he was probably heading for Mississinawa Dam with the rest of the eagles, and he just got himself involved with some power lines, and that was a bad thing to do,
Yeah.
and so he burned his wings, and we've repaired those. But he's developed some arthritis in that left wing.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't do too well. So he can't fly very well, without it. But but yeah, we know where he was heading, and he just didn't make it there. The people that found him or saw him, he was running through people's backyards, and people were not concerned about the eagle. They were concerned about their puppies and kittens, And I don't.
Jefferson.
Not Jefferson, no. So, and I'm not even sure he would even take one of those, But he was looking for food. He was seriously hungry, and so anyways, we got him 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Is it 9 years at Christmas? It'll be
Yes.
9 years Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's 10 years old. So how you doing there? Okay. So that's it for us today. So so we'll be back next week, and next week we're going to take on the topic of where do all the birds go? I don't know if you've noticed that almost all the blackbirds have disappeared.
Yes.
And I haven't seen my wrens for weeks, and Orioles have been gone for.
Right, they've been gone.
They've been gone. So some of the so where'd they go? So next week we're going to talk about where did all those pretty birds go? And of course, so right now we're going to have a little dull time. There's not going to be as many birds around, and we're waiting for all those birds. I just talked about all the sparrows coming in, coming down from the north. Some of the warblers are passing through right now. There's little green jobs and brown jobs, you know, that you can't identify unless you have good binoculars and a good bird
Yes.
guide, you know. So I'm going to say goodbye.
Okay, Jefferson's gonna say goodbye.
Say goodbye, Jeff.
Bye, Jeff. And I'm gonna say goodbye.
Okay.
So we'll see you guys next week.
Okay, and I'm